since Khal has started to become kind of a main character as much as Balias, I wanted to show you his character sheet that I made. Just gonna walk you through his character sheet a little bit and do a couple of roles with his personality. As you can see, Khaltuve turns out he's a rogue. And he was an Outlander. So he's used to being in the wilds and is not really a city kind of guy. Of course, he's a human. And I've said he's chaotic good, contrary to Balias, which is loyal good. Because that is simply more a style. He's not as much of a goody two shoes. You know, it's more. He looks out for himself a little bit more, and he has his own kind of code of ethics. So as you can see, he is pretty good in strength, very good in dexterity, man constitution, -1 in intelligence, is not the brightest guy. Pretty good in wisdom, so you know, survival skills, perception, insight, is very good at that. And +2 in charisma, just like my Balias. So they're both fun and affable guys. He has a sneak attack because he's a rogue. That will probably be super handy when we get to the fight at the end. I think that sneak attack will probably save our butts. He also has expertise, which helps you have a better proficiency in some skills. So I chose Thieves' Tools, which helps disarm traps and pick locks, and Athletics. And he has Thieves' Cant, which is a sort of special language between thieves. But, you know, he's not really a thief, in my opinion. I don't want to make Khaltuve into a criminal. I mean, we might discover that he had a muddy past. I wouldn't be surprised at that. But for me, Khaltuve, he's more like an adventurer. More like he does dungeon crawling and stuff like that. And as an Outlander, he has a Wanderer, which makes him better at foraging, you know, finding water and small game, which explains why he managed to find the scorpion. So that all lines up very well. If we manage to escape with Khaltuve still alive, then I think he will be a great help to everyone. Now, the proficiencies and languages real quick. He can play the flute. He speaks common. He speaks some sort of tribal tongue that we'll probably learn more about as we continue the game. And I said one chimera tongue because a few months ago, when I made my video about world building, I thought, oh, maybe. So we have giants. I wanted giants to be in the world, and humans. And then when I asked if there's a lot of humanoid species to the Loom, I got a yes. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I can bring in some sort of half beast folks. I don't know exactly what kind of half beast or chimera kind of people that would be, but you know, we'll find out as we go along. And here you can see the saving throws he has. They're the basic ones for rogues, and the skills. So I wanted to fill in a couple things with you guys because I think it's more fun that way. So we have the origin. You've been to strange places and seen things that others cannot begin to fathom. Consider some of the distant lands you have visited and how they impacted you. You can roll on the following table. So before I go on, I kind of already have a little idea of why Khaltuve is in the story, why he would be with a bunch of monks and Balias. The answers we're gonna roll, they're gonna be kind of for his early history. It might not be reflective of what he was doing just before the adventure started, if you know what I mean. So I know what job he was doing around the monastery, but maybe before that job, he was one of these choices. So it's a D10. Oh, what is that? That's one, eh? That would be a forester. Sure. Forester as an outlander. Sure. That works. Let me just check foresters so I'm sure what they do. Medieval foresters. A forester usually held a position equal to a sheriff or local law enforcer and could act as a barrister or arbiter. Ah. Forester's lodge, patrolling the woodlands on a lord's noble property, hence the synonymous term woodward. His duty included negotiating sales. That's interesting. That's interesting. So uh, that would mean Khal and Balias actually have some things in common. They both basically worked for a lord. All right, that's really cool. I didn't expect that. Now, personality trait, ideal bond and flaw. That is a 2. I watch over my friends as if they were a litter of newborn pups. Honestly, I don't really see Khaltuve to be that way. So I'm gonna re-roll because I don't know, it just breaks my view of the character way too much. Alright, that is a 3. I once ran 25 miles without stopping to warn my clan of an approaching orc horde. I'd do it again if I had to. So he would have been part of a clan. I mean, that would make sense in why he has the tribal tongue. I was thinking maybe he just worked for a clan, but that works. And keep in mind, I'm keeping those vague for a moment, but that's because I would like to develop those things as the story goes along and by rolling on the Loom of Fate rather than just coming up with everything myself. Because that way I'm kind of led to think outside the box and I can kind of surprise myself, which makes it a lot more fun, I think. And a lot more like a story, you know? You don't know everything about a character up front when you meet someone new. You have to kind of spend some time with someone before you know them. I know. I'm just stating the obvious. So ideal. So I already chose chaotic good for Khaltuve because that's just what fits with what we've seen of him the most. You know, he's been good to Balias, but he's also kind of plotted to kill the scouts, so it's a little mischievous and crafty. So the way I see it, it's either chaotic, good, glory, or I guess neutral. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I'll roll a d4 instead of a d6 because I don't see honor or might be Khaltuve's ideals. Okay, that is a 3. Their natural world is more important than all the constructs of civilization. Okay, I can see. I think that fits. I think that fits very well. So Khaltuve really is into nature, and maybe that's why he became a kind of adventurer and started off as a forester. I mean, you take care of nature, you'll probably end up wanting to explore it. I guess he's just fascinated by the beauty of everything around him. Next up, we have the bond, which is a very big one. This could really shift this character in a way that I didn't expect. Because for me, so far he's kind of a roguish and solo type, but with those kind of answers, he might be a bit different, which is welcome because I don't want to play with cliches as much as I'm able to. It's not a tree. What the heck? I will bring terrible rat down on the evildoers who destroyed my homeland. Okay. I mean, that's kind of a trope to be like, ooh, I'm the lone survivor. But I think I can do something cool with that. It makes sense why at least why you wouldn't be in the tribe anymore. So he's kind of seeking revenge in a way. Ultimately, or like there's some people he's really not gonna appreciate. It could be a whole bunch of people. It could be some more civilized humans, it could be some giants, it could be another tribe, it could be some of the chimeras. Any number. Or frick. It could even be those wizards that are supposed to show up in the campaign. Finally, we have the flaw. So, I mean, all of those seem fine. Some of them, I don't know. Number 5 seems a little bit bloodthirsty for me. 2, honestly, I'm kind of rooting for that one. That's probably the one that fits the most. Oh, be something good. Not number 5, please. 1. So I am too enamored of ale, wine, and other intoxicants. So he's a little bit of a junkie himself. Like that woman who died. So he must be really aching for a good beer right now. Alright, so that does it for Khaltuve. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video on world building. I know it's in between 2 major episodes. It's right before the first arc ends. And actually, this segment used to be part of the 3rd episode. But that one ended up being so big that I thought, yeah, I'm gonna keep it concise and remove this little segment. So there it is in front of episode 3. If you click on the notification above me, you can watch episode 3. And for those of you who are watching the episodes as they come out, if you can't watch episode 3 yet, well, that gives you a sneak peek of what I'm working on. So you can expect it in a few weeks, I hope. I'll do my best. If you've seen episode 3, you'll know that Khaltuve, he doesn't stop being a big important character. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like and tell me in the comments. I will definitely be reading all of them and taking them into consideration. So if you want to try to influence the story or are passionate about something in the story or about the characters, then tell me about it. Anyway, love you guys and see you in my next video.